I brought up to the guy about, he starts out coming in under budget.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm fiscally conservative. Anyway, I says, so when you go to do this work, they're kind of heavy too. And if we have a heavy spring, I realize you videoed and you didn't see anything that needed to be fixed, but it's still being used and we haven't, a wet spring, is it road gonna be in the project? This pumpkin, that's not exactly light either.
No.
And he says, oh, no, I'll make sure it's in your.
Yeah, but they've proven already that, yeah, it's in there, but now we took it back, but we're saving everybody money.
Yeah.
County. They're not.
They're not.
Tomorrow roads are $5 million a mile.
But they said it didn't do any damage because we.
Which kind of roads?
You had to, which kind of roads, cause I mean, did the 10 miles to 232, that's $1 million a mile.
You do in town,
Yeah.
completely redo it out, fill it up and do the pipes, and what we need to do here is $5 million.
That makes sense, cause
That's
the
water.
infrastructure,
It's gotta be done. The whole 9 yards, that's a whole lot more. That's like starting from
That wasn't
scratch
that
and
thing, I just listened to it afterwards and thought that, okay, that makes
just
sense.
regular.
Well, it's hard to
So regular roads are like $1 million a mile.
And
Yes, I would say,
what's smart.
well, depends on if you're putting in a Roscoe State Highway or a highway.
I want to say 232 is around 2 million a mile.
Yeah.
232 was $1 million a mile.
Million a mile?
Those 10 miles,
Yeah, okay.
that was 10 million.
You're taking the road bed down
That's Marcus.
because of the hills, you're taking all that. That's like starting from scratch with a road bed. If you're just popping, grinding off and researching, that is cheaper, but but no, that chunk of highway from, Oak Point to what, going south from Oak Point, towards Glendive, yeah, anyway, I worked in the oil field down there back when I was in my late teens. And that road was like the old road to Big Sandy from here, it's as narrow as the old white bridges, and then the driving lanes were like this in the pavement. Okay, Roscoe was governor when that was finally approved to fix that chunk. And the first time I went over the new highway when it was done, you had off the white lines, that foot and a half, where the old standard was what the US built. So you saved all this money, but if you're driving on that road in the wintertime, somebody goes by you or something, that foot and a half seems awful narrow. That's why I call that the Roscoe State Highway. Just a little narrower than.
All right, we got 201. We will, no. We'll call the Commissioner Weekly Business Meeting for March 5th, 2026 to order. Present, we have all three commissioners, our Executive Administrative Assistant, Tiffany Tanner. And if we could go around the room and just do introductions, so that way we have accurate minutes. Blake, what do we got?
Lake Forest, 10 miles west of town.
Kyle Leeds, New Media Broadcaster.
Joanne Kohler, senior citizen, Haver.
Anita Bernhardt, and live in Haver.
Thank you. And who do we got online, Tiff?
We have Kimberg, Amanda Hamilton, Lacey Lincoln, and no name, Kathy Bigliotti, and BC Park.
All right, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for attending. All right, any additions, deletions, or changes to our agenda? Nope. Commissioner comments? They're kind of scattered this week.
Yeah, yes. Okay, I've had a lot. So, March 3rd, and all the way back on Tuesday, 9:30 a.m., all three commissioners had a discussion on the Council on Aging. Then on March 5th, or March 4th, which yesterday, Mr. Strissel Lanier, remember what time that was, regarding the, with, the lakeside and the sewer over there.
Oh, I can tell you.
Yeah.
It was at 3:39 or 3:30 PM.
And that was with, Roger Fryer and, called Lakeside. And that was on the 4th, and then the 5th today at 10:45, Commissioner Strissel Lanier had a discussion on, the Unified Disposal Board and Lee Farmers concerns with his, you're there, and then 11:15, Commissioners Williams Lanier had a COA discussion.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Wastelands.
Any public comments on non-agenda items? Public comments on agenda items? Now let's dive into it. First up, resolution number 26-2831 to create a board for Council on Aging. We tabled this last week, bringing it back. So here we have two resolutions, one for an advisory board and one for a governing board. I read them last week. Do you want me to go ahead and read them again this week? All right. Well, we'll just go alphabetical. This is a resolution for an advisory board. Whereas the Board of Hill County Commissioners is committed to promoting the well-being, independence, and quality of life for older adults within our community. Whereas the population of older adults in Hill County is increasing, creating a need for dedicated advocacy, planning, and specialized services. Whereas the establishment of a formal Council on Aging Advisory Board will provide a structured forum for gathering input, identifying the needs of seniors, and developing strategies to improve accessibility and inclusion. Whereas a Council on Aging is authorized to act as an advisory body to assist in coordinating programs and advocating for older adults. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Hill County Commissioners that creation of the board, a Council on Aging Advisory Board, hereinafter known as the board, is hereby established to serve as an advisory body to the Council on Aging Director and the body of the Hill County Commissioners. Mission and duties. The board shall identify the needs of older adults, advocate for programs, support the strategic priorities of the Council on Aging, and ensure policies align with community needs. Composition. The board shall consist of 5 members, 1 Hill County Commissioner, 1 representing the Highline, and 1 representing Rocky Boy, and 2 at-large. Members shall be residents of Hill County. Appointment and terms. Members shall be appointed by the Board of Hill County Commissioners for staggered terms of 3 years to ensure continuity. Appointments will be made March 1st. Terms designated are 2 terms expiring 1 March 27, 2 terms expiring 1 March 28, and 1 term expiring 1 March 29. Meetings. The board shall meet regularly, comply with open meeting laws, and submit an annual work plan to the Board of Hill County Commissioners. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption prior to the Board of Hill County Commissioners meeting in this regular session this 5th day of March 2026. However, the other one states, Council on Aging Governing Board. Whereas the Board of Hill County Commissioners is committed to promoting health, dignity, and independence of older residents within our community, and whereas a Council on Aging, COA, is established for the purpose of coordinating or carrying out programs designed to meet the problems of the aging in coordination with state programs, and whereas to effectively guide these efforts, the Board of Hill County Commissioners desire to establish a dedicated governing board to oversee the policies, programs, and budgetary matters of the COA. And whereas a structured, knowledgeable board ensures better advocacy, planning, and service delivery to older adults. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Hill County Commissioners hereby establishes the Hill County Council on Aging Governing Board, known as the board. Be it further resolved that the structure, duties, and membership of the board shall be as follows. Purpose. The board shall consult with, support, and advise the director on the Council on Aging program and budgetary matters, advocate for older adults and help them to attain maximum independence. 2, membership. The board shall consist of 5 members. Qualifications. Members shall reside in Hill County and possess knowledge or expertise in areas relevant to the management of COA affairs, meaning business, financial management, and or social services. Composition. The board shall consist of 1 Hill County Commissioner, 1 representing the High Line, 1 representing Rocky Boy, and 2 at large. Appointment and terms. Members shall be appointed by the Board of Hill County Commissioners for staggered terms of 3 years to ensure continuity. Appointments will be made March 1st. Terms are designated as 2 terms expiring 1 March 27, 2 terms expiring 1 March 28, 1 term expiring 1 March of 29. Authorization. The board is authorized to adopt bylaws for its conduct, establish meeting schedules, and create subcommittees. Reporting. The board shall submit an annual report to the Board of Hill County Commissioners. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption. Prior to the Board of Hill County Commissioners meeting this regular session.
So.
Sometimes I feel like that guy from Police Academy, Doc Road Best. All right, so both have the same resolution number. I guess it comes down to governing versus advisory. We want to make a motion, have the discussion, and then motion.
You're the chair, what do you want to do? I guess I could make a motion to pass resolution 26-2831.
Okay, that works. That'll just open up. Oh.
Not
Are they different numbers on each?
No,
same one.
it's the same number.
I'm just right now, just opening it, just make a motion to open up.
Open up the discussion regarding resolution number 28-2831.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the table for the discussion. And speaking with our state people, Tessa and Lindsay, they recommended that this be an advisory board due to state funding. If it's an advisory board, we can get state funding, but if it turns into a governing board, there's a chance that we might get cut off according to them. I personally am leaning towards an advisory board, but I do welcome a discussion regarding this matter.
Did we hear anything from the county attorney?
I have not.
Did anyone reach out to her?
Nope.
So we wouldn't
Lacey?
Heard anything if we didn't? No one reached out to her about it?
Do we have,
No, no one reached out to me, so this is the first time that I'm hearing it. Obviously, I was in trial last week, so I was not at your meeting to hear the discussion or resolution.
governing versus advisory?
Don't you want to wait till Lacey can look at it?
Lacey, would you have time to take a peek at this over the next week or so?
I should. Yeah, it's not a problem. If you guys, I'm assuming you've run this by the people at the state that you've been working with. I'm assuming they suggested language for this advisory board. But if you need me to look at it, I can get that done before next Thursday.
Okay. I would recommend we do that then. Have our county attorney have some eyeballs on it. I mean, I hate pushing this down the road, but we want to make sure that we're doing this proper, so.
Motion to.
Yes,
table
yes, ma'am.
until further advisory.
It was said that you talked to the people at the state, Tessa and Lindsay, and that there was a possible cutoff of funds. So until we know that for sure, I think it's important to know that for sure before a decision is made.
I appreciate that, yep.
I think that you have to ask your county attorney because
Talk to the county attorney.
others get state funding and are not cut off, so.
Okay.
Well, regardless of the,
But I don't have the legal degree she does.
one thing is regardless, the one is in a couple different emails, Tessa has stated that because the senior center is under the county and the county is the governing party, the senior center would need an advisory board. She has mentioned that multiple times to us. The previous area director, the current area director had mentioned initially that she thought it could be a governing board, but she has since changed because of the information from Tessa, who is the Aging Services Bureau chief. So those are kind of where we're coming from, the information that we have. And it started with inaccurate or maybe information with lots of holes in it from the previous area director. And then the current one initially wasn't aware of a lot of things either. So I guess so. I made a motion initially on this.
Yep,
So do we have to vote on this
So we will have to vote on this
before
we can go to the next. We have to either approve or kill this current motion that we have on the table, and then we can,
do I make a motion, withdraw my motion?
I'll have to break out Robert's rules. I think it's just best to vote this either for or down and then bring up the next motion. So, so we'll just go ahead with a motion.
Can I have
What?
to amend my motion?
You can amend your motion.
I amend my motion that we table this next week.
Okay.
Tiffany,
All right, we have a motion and a second to table for the discussion. Thank you, Lacey, for making the time to look at this throughout the week. And we'll be in touch with our state representatives for the Council on Aging as well. So that being said, all in favor of tabling resolution number 26-2831 signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Tabled until next week. We will get eyeballs on that. All right. Next up. HC 25-211 Mosquito and Weed Department contract.
so a little discussion. I did talk with Lacey about it, and I talked earlier this week with the fellow commissioner, sent the union rep and both their steward here and the union rep an email. I did get an email back. And we're gonna we need more discussion on this. Originally I was gonna table it for 2 weeks because I have an appointment next week, but I've adjusted my appointment, so I'm gonna push it out. I moved the table for 1 more week.
Okay.
So we get another chance to talk.
Okay.
Second.
Motion a second on the table to table for the discussion. All right. Hopefully we can get this done up and get those weed mosquito guys going. All in favor of tabling HC 25-211 signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 3-0. All right. County needs. We have a notice for public hearing for the compensation board meeting to be held on March 17th. Make sure you wear green. 2026 at 2 p.m. So, notice is hereby given that the Hill County Compensation Board will meet on Tuesday, 17th of March, 2026 at 2:00 p.m. in the Hill County Commissioner's Office, Hill County Courthouse, 315 4th Street, Havre, Montana. Phone number 406-265-5481, extension 2327. For the purpose of reviewing the compensation paid to county officers and prepare a compensation schedule for fiscal year 2026 and 2027 by order of the Board of Hill County Commissioners meeting in this regular session this 25th day of February 2026 at Havre, Montana. This was published in the Havre Weekly Chronicle on yesterday, March 4th, and will be in again Wednesday, March 11th. All right. Next up, we have a notice of sealed bid sale. Notice is hereby given that the Board of Hill County Commissioners are accepting sealed bids for the sale of the following surplus vehicle. A 1978 Chevy, mileage is unknown. It is a working condition with working dump bed. The vehicle is available for inspection at Beaver Creek Park office located at 17863 Beaver Creek Road in Havre, Montana during normal business hours. Bid submissions. Sealed bids must be submitted to the Board of Hill County Commissioners, 315 4th Street, Havre, Montana, 59501. All bids must be received no later than 1:00 PM on March 24th, 2026. Late bids will not be accepted. Bid requirements. Bids must be submitted in a sealed envelope clearly marked sealed bid, BCP, Bravo Charlie Papa, 1978, Chevy. Include the bidder's name, address, phone number, and bid amount. The minimum bid is $1,000. The vehicle is sold as is, where is, with no warranties or guarantees. Payment must be made in full within 5 business days of bid acceptance. The bid opening. Bids will be opened in a public meeting on March 24th, 2026 at 1:00 PM in the Commissioner's office at Hill County Courthouse. The highest responsible bidder will be immediately notified. The Board of Hill County Commissioners reserves the right to reject any or all bids, to waive irregularities, or to accept any bid they deem to be in the best interest of Hill County. For further information, contact our Executive Administrative Assistant to the Commission, Tiffany Tanner, at 406-265-5481, or by email at tannert@hillcounty.us. Prior to the Board of Hill County Commissioners, the regular session, 5th day of March, 2026 at Havre, Montana. This will also be posted in the Havre Weekly Chronicle legal section on Wednesday, 11th of March, 2026, and Wednesday, the 18th of March, 2026. All right, getting down to Hill County contribution eligibility form for 2026 for our Mako Healthcare Trust. So last week we decided, yep, we're going to go with Mako for our healthcare needs for our county employees. Now we have the contribution form. Looking at it, there was a 3.3% increase, which is a heck of a lot better than our 18% that we had the last couple years. Nothing really changes besides that if we don't want it to. Just looking at our plan, the RM 1500, we have 49 employees on that plan. The RM 2000, we have 11. RM 3000, we have 15 employees. The BP 2000, we have 13 employees, and our HD 3500, we have 17 employees. They're also including dental and vision. Same as before. Vision and our life insurance rate and our dental rate increased 0%. So it's just on the healthcare side at 3.3%. So looking at the total contribution, last year it was $2,030 per employee. This year it would be $2,158.25. So what do we think, Board? Do we want to keep the original, the plans that we had prior? I haven't heard any complaints about what we've had in the past year. Anybody like to weigh in on that, employee wise or otherwise? I'm more than happy to hear you out.
I do have a question. I want to clarify something.
Sure.
So under last year's contribution of 2030, that included the option of people applying their dental, vision, and healthcare all under that, correct?
Yes, so if you took a lower, like county gives you $158, and if you took a lower plan, say this $2,030 one, you could use that remaining money to put towards your dental and vision. Yep.
Can you explain that and clarify?
Oh, sure, yeah, definitely. No, I think that's
In case we have any new employees or.
right. No, I think it's a really good deal that Mako offers that. So, further discussion. We want to keep the tiers that we do have now, or, I think, looking at the tier ratios, it looks like all of our employees do utilize that, the tiers that we do have now. Looks like we do have 126 employees also on dental and 108 that are also on vision. So I'll be 109 next year with my eyes.
Are we on a deadline for this?
March 13th. So what is today?
Today's the 5th, so.
We have,
Wondering if the employees should see this
if they want to weigh in on it.
Yeah, I don't know that they've had that opportunity really.
Not that I'm aware of, but, would, and the employees that we do have online right now or here in the room, do you want us to put this off so you guys can take a look at it, or are you comfortable with, moving forward with what we've done in the past, just with a 3.3% increase?
This is Kim. I guess what is the plan for the increase? Is the plan to push it towards the employee or the plan for the county to increase their contribution? I don't think-
To increase contribution through our permissive levy.
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't had anybody in my department complain or voice concerns about the plans that we have. So on that side of it, I don't have anything to add from my
Okay.
department.
No, thank you, Kim. Appreciate that.
We had much complaints about the insurance other than.
The last time was,
You're the only one, Bill. Honestly, you're the only one I've ever in the last year who's complained about it.
People administer county and state.
the biggest complaints I've heard over the years, over the last
These were
few
not
years.
fake people that did it when I was with the job service.
Hello.
Medical levy, has there been numbers proposed or anything so I can run numbers to see what it's gonna cost?
Yeah, the 2000,
The 3.3%.
the 3.3,
Right, so what dollar amount does that equal?
$2,158.25.
So was it estimated to miss medical levy?
I thought you were already doing that.
No, I was not present for that meeting.
Okay.
So can I, the numbers?
Yeah.
I don't have any of the paperwork, so it's hard to do it. Are you guys doing the same contribution for health and vision and dental?
Yes,
Okay,
that was the intention.
well, once the meeting's over, can I get copies of the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, for the
I guess
discussion.
I will make a motion to accept the Hill County 2026 renewal rates as presented with a 3.3% increase. I'm the only one who's complained about the insurance and that, and it's nice to, I guess, get things moving. Make that motion.
That's to be applied across the board, correct?
That is correct. Yep. So there would be no changes to any of those. Yeah, there'd be no changes to anything. It would be, stay the same as it was. Just with the 3.3% increase. Okay. Have a motion and a second on the table for the discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of approving the Hill County 2026 renewal rates through our Mako Healthcare Trust at a medical rate change of 3.3%. Everything else is the same. Signify by saying aye.
I,
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 3-0.
Would you like to have break in time? You always ask yes. It'd be good.
Okay,
Need the experience.
What's that?
I don't need the experience.
discuss and decide on matters related to Hill County Council on Aging. Do we have any more updates or anything? I know we talked about it a little bit on Monday during our working session. Is there anything else that, I mean, we have representatives here from our Council on Aging, so.
I don't know if it's representatives on council on aging, but I've been asked. Apparently, there is still money that the county owes or somebody owes over running a senior center. And I have been asked if people make donations and stuff, is it just going to pay off the debt? Or is it going towards something in the future?
So the question is, people have donated money and they want to know
Saying
If they donate.
They
if they
are
donate.
thinking of donating money. I have been asked because apparently there's still, thought it was 34,000. I'm not sure that I've heard that the county still owes somebody, and I don't know how that all happened. I've heard all kinds of rumors and stuff, but I'm not interested in that area. But what I am interested in knowing is the donations raised. We get donations. Is that money going to pay off a debt? Or is that money going towards future stuff being done at the senior center? You know, that make more sense?
I'm tracking you.
Well, I think that if somebody wants to donate money and they want it to go to something in particular, they can, I believe they can say, this is what I want this to go towards. Such, you know, it's a new front door or.
The debt is strictly, operating from going forward. Yes, there will be more money coming in from the county. That is from operation.
Is that what the debt is? Because I've gotten questions too. What exactly is this debt? I thought we paid off the state. What, you know?
No, it is regular operations to keep it going, to purchase the food, to buy the electric, to buy everything that is a basic operation of everything that you have.
And that's 34,000 a month.
No,
No.
it's not.
That's how much we're in the hole.
And
34,000.
That's what they're in the hole.
so, that was why it is because it was going there. And I'm sorry, they will have to have some money. If they're gonna donate, some of that does. For operation, that is where the problem fell.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. If we get donations in that is not designated, if somebody says, if Jake Stressel wants to donate $1,000, but I say, I want it to go towards buying everybody coffee for as long as it takes, or as long as I, this $1,000. If I don't specify where it goes, is it up to the Council on Aging to determine where that money goes?
Right now, no matter what, they have to get operation money included in them donations.
Okay.
Because somehow, that's just a thing, you have to pay the light. And so even when you are donating, you can make specifics also, like
Meals on Wheels.
if you want
That's a good example.
if you want to have just one strict purchase, you can do that, but you have to remember that it's operation, then people are, and they work. They have employees, they have bills, and
It all goes into the senior center.
there's
It doesn't go
nowhere
anywhere
else.
else. I've had people ask me, well, is it going to the courthouse to get a door fixed or an elevator? No, it is strictly for the senior center. Whatever the funds, donations, any of that money goes into that fund. Strictly for the senior center.
But part of it could be going to pay off a debt.
All of it's going to pay off the debt.
All of it's.
Well,
Well,
in the
because you
whole-
have operations, and so we
It
have
has
to.
to. We're not gonna have anything above and beyond until we're out of the red into the black to where we can start allocating things for projects. So that makes sense.
We can't earmark anything now. If somebody wants
Well,
to donate.
I think if somebody really wanted, I think it would kind of depend upon what it would be for. If somebody,
People do it for home delivered.
yeah,
meals.
if somebody came in and said, I want to
Yeah.
donate, $500 towards the Meals on Wheels or the home delivered meals, or, yeah, well, I would definitely say that those things are acceptable, or I want to put an X amount to buy the senior center more puzzles because they need more puzzles.
No.
I'm kidding.
You can, if you
Just throw that out. If anybody needs puzzles, they have a lot you could purchase for a very good price. Just throw that.
when they do that donation, if that's where they want to go, that is the line item it gets put into.
Do you have an idea what the basic monthly operating expenses are now?
Around 18. I just did the revenue sheet And
18.
I was right at the first month, February or January was around 7,000. That's not including payroll and our healthcare and all that stuff that goes into that. That was an additional right around 10. Actually it was more in January because we had all the payouts.
Mhm.
It was sky high then.
Yeah, I was looking, I got the printout, it was 23,000 and I had to come and ask the auditor, why are we paying 23? And she explained that.
The problem is you need to give us another month because right now, well, for one, it's only the 5th of the month and they don't have everything posted for the month. But in order to kind of figure it out, if you gave another month, you would have more accurate. You have 18,000 was their max that they can come up with right now to spend. And that's gonna push you a little bit.
So do we receive money from commodities to? Is there anything coming in on that or?
Not yet that I believe.
This, okay, with the commodities, I may be wrong. But, okay, most of that originally comes through HRDC, and then comes out to the food bank and to the senior center. And then we use those volunteer hours towards matching grants. That's what I was told.
It's for the HRDC. I've never heard that.
Contracts, we haven't seen a updated contract yet. They're still working on those throughout the state, I believe, is what we were told last.
The contract, you think, is right with the senior center?
No,
It's part of
sub-site.
the area.
There is
three.
some-
Yeah,
HRDC doesn't do it.
They don't.
They are on HRDC, but it is a sub-site, so we're under somebody else to do.
Yeah,
area 3, yep, we're a subrecipient.
We're basically doing all the work, all the inventory, all the housing as a sub-site.
And we're not really.
And I haven't seen
getting
anything
paid,
from
We're
it.
not getting paid.
not yet. We're supposed to be, and this is not unusual right now for all the areas. They're working through things. But we don't pay for those commodities. We did have to pay some because stuff wasn't dispersed like it should have been. That I believe is all taken care of. But it's so when the stuff comes in next week.
Coming in next.
Yeah, and then, for all the amounts that were dispersed out, we're supposed to get payment on those, and we haven't for a while. So that's something that's getting worked
We haven't,
on.
even in the past years, have we? But we had to
Yeah.
pay them
Yeah,
money for sub-site.
Yeah, which
It blows my mind. I don't understand why all that's happening, why it came out of our pocket.
Does it have to run through the senior center? Commodities?
No?
Not
It sounds
Not
like it.
necessarily.
Awesome. On commodities. Should we keep doing it?
we're not, the big thing we put into it would be the time of the people to do it.
But our senior center had to pay that
For the,
debt.
for the ones that were not
Our senior
delivered.
center had to pay for that, even
the
though we
stuff
don't
that
have a
was-
contract and we're a sub-site. How does that work?
Well, what was paid for was the stuff that was expired and not dispersed.
Wasn't it our employee that messed up and didn't? People
Yeah.
are quite.
Well, I'm not sure if they didn't pay attention to the ordering or whatever the reason was, but yeah, it's from here
It was
out.
mismanagement. I mean, if there's mismanagement at the local level, you have to pay for it. You gotta follow the
And
programs. It's pretty black and
Whether
white.
it was too much was ordered or not delivered like it should have been, or was not ever picked up, and there was not using the inventory on hand for the next month's order. You know, any number of things were the reasons there, but yeah, it comes down to the mismanagement part.
You're right. If we're losing money, like, we shouldn't be doing.
But at this point, I don't see us losing money other than that it's the time for our volunteers and for Commissioner Williams that takes the time to do that.
I don't know that we ever made money.
No,
It
I
doesn't
would,
show
I don't
in the
think it's
last
ever,
couple years back that we ever got a reimbursement or got
I don't think
the money that we
senior
should have
center-
gotten anyways.
I think the senior center is the only place that can disperse commodities in Havre, is it?
no,
No, we can go to other places. Where I think it's really beneficial for us though, is if we do start chasing grants and we do start looking at other income, they're gonna take into consideration our volunteer force and utilize those hours so that way we can get that.
and those are a lot of those people are the people that come to the center there. Not everybody that gets commodities comes there.
Saying with volunteer hours, it is good.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right. Payroll and claims, do we have any?
Oh.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
So I just wanted to take the opportunity, since we're talking about the Council on Aging at this time, to inform everyone that I will be stepping back as the interim. Reasons, there's a couple different reasons. One, I feel like one particular commissioner is sabotaging things behind the scenes. I have just come across some emails today that looks like this has been going on for a little while. Things are being stated that are not true. People are being misled on a state level that is not true or it's correct. And the time and effort I put in the last 3 months to have this keep happening, I'm not gonna continue to keep doing this. I wish the best for the senior center. I hope things keep going forward with things that I have been working on, implementing things. But I will be stepping down as of today, so I will go over this afternoon and clean out the office of what little personal items I might have there, coffee cup or whatever. And I will be turning it over to you guys.
No, thank you for all you've done. Appreciate your efforts. All right.
Over there. That whole thing is going. I mean, you definitely need to have someone like Sherry has done or someone over there putting in time to make things work. And I'm not speaking for anybody, against anybody, but somebody needs to, one of the biggest things that we've found in the past is lack of communication between different things going on. And this will even get worse. And the rumors that some people start and spread from one person to the next. It just, it's beyond your imagination what's out there. So I thank you for trying to make the senior center go. I appreciate, the work that the people over there that are doing the work, the volunteers plus the people in the kitchen and everything else. But without somebody running it and stepping into that, I don't think it's personal opinion, and that is personal opinion, is I just don't see how it can move forward.
Well, yeah, you need someone to input all the data.
A lot more than that, but that's a part of it.
But that's a big part of it. That's
Very time consuming.
when you have to do it one at a time, it makes it hard.
Yeah.
All right. Payroll and claims, do we have claims today? Haven't seen it come through. Okay. If we get them, we'll definitely share that with you guys, but as of right now, we don't have claims. So, getting the end of our meeting here, public comments on agenda items. Yes, ma'am.
Did you guys vote on your contribution amount for health insurance?
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah, we do.
Or on contribution, we didn't vote on contribution amount, no. But
Sounded like when you took that vote that you did. So I
I
just
thought
want
we
to
just
clarify.
accepted that, what they had proposed.
yeah, we accepted what they proposed.
Can I please see? I just don't want you to approve something that you're gonna have to speak. You can't afford to do the whole amount. Yeah, it says contribution amount right here is $2,092. Are you keeping it the same or are you changing it?
Our intentions are to up it that 3.3%.
Tiffany, can you tell me what that motion was?
That amount's totally different than what we.
Right,
For
but
amount that we discussed.
That's what's right here on this paper. It says contribution amount. 2,092.
Contribution amount would be 2,158.
That's not what's on this
I
paper.
know, that's what I said, it's different than what we talked about.
Motions to accept Hill County, and then it says give the wording out of the recording after the meeting. So they couldn't catch what they said.
Okay,
So I'll have to play it back. Jerry seconded, motion passed 3-0. Bill motion to accept Hill County, and I think you just read it from the Hill County contribution,
Yeah.
but I couldn't write that fast.
so yeah, your contribution amount on here says that it's 2,092 plus $129, which is 75% of dental and vision for family rates. So are you keeping it the same or are we changing it? And if so, I wouldn't approve a number today until I can run numbers.
Yep.
So I don't know if you need to.
That was accepting that. We're not running numbers yet. Or we're waiting until you do the numbers, but we are accepting what they have provided.
Which is the contribution amount something.
Because dental, vision, and life was all zero. It was just that 3.3%.
I get that. But this is the paperwork you fill out whether you're gonna change, keep, and then you have to write in your amounts.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you
We've
gonna,
gone back and changed it before.
I understand
We're
that,
just,
but your motion sound like you approved the dollar amount
No,
also listed. Okay. I just wanna make sure because I don't
when
wanna,
we understand, when you came in prior, you said you need to run those numbers,
Right.
which is fine. We'll do that.
I don't believe a dollar amount was set.
but it's listed on that contribution and eligibility form.
Motion, and to renew 2026 renewal rates through the Maple Healthcare Trust.
and that was this page. Right?
Those were our.
My understanding is the
Yeah.
same as what you're saying.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
As a senior user of the senior center, I was wondering if it would be appropriate for me to request that Sherry give us 2 weeks' notice so that we can find somebody else who would be the interim director, and that person can at least have some minimal training. Is that appropriate on my part as a have it right?
Definitely, yeah, I mean, the request is valid. Commissioner Williams, I mean, it's kind of up to you.
She did say as of today.
I said as of today, I'm not an employee. I'm an interim. That we've
Mhm.
talked and discussed. We didn't even put a resolution through of who is going to be the acting interim over there.
Okay, you
So-
asked me. Please state that for me.
I am stepping down as of today, this afternoon, after I go over there. I am not an employee. We're commissioners. Any one of us can be over there and run that. And we didn't even do a resolution stating who was gonna be an actual interim over there, which I do suggest we probably should do. States of RMC. And, so, yeah.
Can you stay a couple of weeks?
No, I, not at this point. I don't know, I think I can do at this point.
We'll put our heads together and we'll get something going right away. We do not want to let this fall through the cracks. We do not want to.
I think we should close it again, if you're not asking.
Yeah.
If it's just a couple of weeks of closing it, I think we should close it. I mean, just my opinion as a,
And I appreciate that. No, we'll definitely have that discussion. We will have a plan moving forward. We don't want to take one step forward and 2 steps back. We want to keep this thing moving forward.
I'm in communication. I mean, Sherry jumped in, and Sherry, I don't think you knew everything that was happening over there, and you had the learning experience, right?
I knew the
And then-
majority of it, but
Yeah.
not the
But the
programs
next
I had to
person that
learn.
steps in
For
could
people.
know absolutely nothing. And somehow or other, there has to be some way of communication so that the new person that's taking over has a little more knowledge of what goes on at the center, and we haven't had that for quite a few directors. Everybody has jumped in. I think Bill too. I don't think you had any training or anything on it. And I think that's one of the things that makes where the senior center has really fallen down. We need to have someone that has had some experience at all possible to help get this thing going again. It's been too much. Like Sherry said, she had some knowledge, but she didn't have it all. And maybe the next person stepping in there has nothing, no knowledge. We need to try and find a little bit of time between, Bill, you've run it before, Sherry's got some involvement. We need to have a little bit of help with whoever you put in that position. But don't just throw them over there and say, go for it.
Right.
Because it doesn't, it has not worked.
No, thank you very much. All right, any other public comments on agenda items? Public comments on non-agenda items?
So,
All right, meeting adjourned. 2:50 PM. Thank you, everybody, for coming.